If you weren't a fan of Destiny 1 or around the fence with this game, I would say don't bother buying this game because it's more of the same of Destiny 1. Of course, you could just play it yourself, but then again, why be watching this video if you were going to do that? Now, I wanted to be angry with this game. I really wanted to. When I first finished it yesterday, I was saying to my cousin, "Oh man, I'm going to roast this game." In the end, I don't feel anything towards this game, whether it's good feelings or bad feelings. I just don't really care that much. It's just more of the same when you really break it down. Sure, there are minor changes, and I like to say this beforehand, I don't think Destiny's a bad game. Really, if you see my review for it, which I'll put in the description, I describe it as milk. It's sufficient, it'll get the job done, it's just not going to be very satisfying in the end. Unless you like milk, and then this game is for you. But with that in mind, I want to break this beta down, at least Destiny 2's beta, into three things. The first thing I want to talk about is the RPG mechanics. There are some minor changes that they did. The first and the most noticeable is that they gave each class some kind of class-specific ability. Like the mage can put up a healing circle or a power circle, and the titan can put up a shield, and the hunter can dodge roll because he's a selfish bastard. But besides that, the RPG mechanics in this game is still so bare bones that they might as well not exist. I mean, everything else seems the same except for that part. And just like I said in another video, really the main differences between the subclasses is, hey, do you want your ult to do this or do you want it to do that? And that's mostly it. It doesn't really feel that much different in that department. The only other change they've really done to the game in RPG mechanic wise is that they changed some of the stats. Whereas like in the last game they had a strength, intelligent, and I think it was dexterity. I don't know what their one was called, but what they all did essentially was they determined how long your cooldown for your abilities were. And they took that out in this game, at least it seems like. Instead, replace it with just the three stats that differs between the three characters, which is their resilience, which is their defense. Like the defense without armor, I mean, but just their natural defense. You have recovery, which is how quickly you start healing back. And then you have agility, which is your speed. And so now the armor seems to do that instead of just giving you strength, intelligence, and I think it was dexterity. I still don't know. And then so that leads to the second thing, which is the end is still the end game is still the game's still pretty boring. It doesn't. I think the worst part about this beta is that since everybody's on the max level and you have all your skills unlocked and all those things, and you have legendary gear and legendary weapons and etc, essentially this game gives you exposure to the end game of Destiny 2. And with the map that they give, it doesn't really feel that good. It's still this really big bullet spongy experience that they give you. So when the beta starts, when you play the beta, they give you three game modes, one being PvE and the other two being PvP. And when you play the PvE game mode for Destiny 2, you get this one big map where you're on a drill. And I like to say this before I go on. The map is pretty good. It's fun. There's certain parts I actually really enjoy, and then it just shits the bed in the end. And this is the thing. This is why I'm talking about. When you get to the end game and you fight this boss, you lay bullets upon bullets into its critical weak spot, and it seems like you're doing absolutely nothing. And because of the RPG mechanics, the game is so shallow that it doesn't really feel that fun or dynamic. It's just you finding some cover and then you just fire into it for a bit. And one might say, well, if you think about other games like World of Warcraft or Neverwinter or any other MMO that might be out there, it's kind of the same thing. You're just repeating the same actions over and over again. And I'll say fair, but at least there's different abilities that makes it feel like you're doing something different when you use them. In this game, since everybody just has a gun and all your abilities have long cooldowns, it just feels like you're doing this exact same thing, which is holding the trigger button until it dies. And that's not really that fun. And it's even worse in this particular map because that boss is not a good boss. It doesn't die very quickly. It doesn't feel very fun. And then once you get near the end, it just easily kills everybody, forcing you to restart the entire boss battle. Not the map, fortunately, but just that boss battle. And this feels like repeating the same thing over and over again because, one, it's really tough. Two, they don't really give you any ammo to give you a fair second chance. So if you use up all your heavy weapon ammo on it, you don't have it anymore. It's going to take even longer to kill this thing, and that's pretty bad. And I think that leaves a sour taste in my mouth for this game, especially in regards to its end game. So that's really it. I was trying to think of what was the third thing, but I think that encapsulate both things into one. So it's really only two things. Anyway, it's an okay game. I want to say that again. It's an okay game. It can be fun, or I imagine it can be fun. It's not really that much fun. There's stuff there. There's not really much RPG mechanics, but it'll get the job done. And if you're still interested, go ahead. But anybody else, it's not really that much fun. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time when I talk about something more worth my time.